course, are officially a train wreck, and there's plenty of blame to go around. Eli Manning continues to struggle, and Odell Beckham, well, he continues to be Odell Beckham. He was last seen heading to the locker room with 2 seconds left in the first half and was then spotted headbutting a Giant fan, not an actual person, a fan, on the sideline. He was also fined for comments he made to ESPN last week. So, Michael, who is the bigger issue for the Giants? Is it Eli or OBJ?
I don't care about any of that junk they care about in New York. You know, we went to the locker room early. Guys go to the locker room early if you're watching closely almost every game because they're starting some sort of treatment and they need a couple of extra minutes longer than halftime allows. So that's just almost an irresponsible storyline. The storyline, which really developed last year and the coach got fired for it, is the benching, which needs to happen, of Eli Manning, except there's no one to play. So they got to start him again. They don't have the quarterback of the future on that roster. Frank, he can't throw the ball downfield. At times last night, we were looking at a stretch of passes where he couldn't get the ball 5 yards down the field.
Right.
He's not Eli Manning anymore. He's just a guy. And so the Giants aren't going to be any better than Eli Manning until they figure out what to do about that quarterback position. That starts in the draft, not this season.
All right, well, Pat Shurmur today said that he's sticking with Eli Manning. When you think about it, maybe Eli picked his replacements because there's really no one to go in. There's no incumbent quarterback. And when you mentioned Saquon Barkley, and he is a brilliant player, he's a dynamic player, you know, and Eli dumps the ball off to him basically half the game. But they had a chance in the draft this year to take Sam Darnold with the second overall pick.
But behind the offensive line as bad as the Giants, that would have been a disaster too.
You don't think that Saquon Barkley, though? Think about what he's getting hit every game. They're giving him the ball almost 30 times a game.
Frank, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of watching the young Walter Payton with the Bears on teams that were never any good, and he was not just brilliant, he was a god. And you look at the team, you said they can't do anything until they get a quarterback, and they didn't do that for like 12 years. But this is bad for the Giants, man. There's no easy solution.
Let me give you this stat. Since Eli won his second Super Bowl MVP, they're 43-58, and that includes being 0-1 in the playoffs, and they're 4-19 in their last 23 games. They're going nowhere fast. It's time to make a change at that position.
Number 1 draft pick, and with the first pick of the 2019 NFL Draft. All right, we're just a few hours from first